Yo guys, and welcome to the long-awaited KHEPRI Raid guide. It's been confirmed that this raid is at its final version, so this is the green light for me to finally upload this video. One thing to note before we start, these are all the damage numbers that the entities do to you. This is not including the red light, green light eye, and the rising sand. And if you want to skip right to Osiris, this is a timestamp for you. Here are the drop rates for KHEPRI, both Osiris and Pharaoh. And if you're looking to practice any of this KHEPRI parkour, then go check out KHEPRI_practice, brought to you by Lag Gamer. Also, any KR that you do see on the ground are not pick upable whatsoever. At the start of KHEPRI Raid, you can find yourself a pistol to your right. And if you also want to go for the techie, you can go over this lily pad parkour and onto this boat over here. To start, you go through this door, and then you need to open this other door by jumping on this red button. You'll first encounter the Temple Guardian. This is very squishy, so if you want to kill it, you can do it within seconds. And if you go left around this wall, you can find yourself an auto pistol in the water. To advance, go and do this rock parkour. And then you'll see this blue button. This blue button will open this door to your first boss, the Sphinx. To eliminate the Sphinx, you must first remove these pillars. You can either shoot these or you can circle around them while jumping and knifing. To be able to shoot the Sphinx, you must go up this ladder, do this parkour, and activate the purple button. You can also find the deagle on this skeleton. Then go to the left side and do the green button. And now you can shoot the Sphinx. You can block its projectiles by standing on top of the buttons. However, do not crouch on these or behind the fence. One thing though, do not stand on the far left of this right fence. It will be able to shoot you from there. Once you've eliminated the first boss, it will drop an item. If you roll anything above a legendary, it will not give you a drop. You have now opened a passage, go down this to advance. Down to your left will be a crossbow, however 99.9% of players do not pick this up as it is utter rubbish. And now to your next puzzle. You need to rotate these pillars to make the light shine from one to another to reach the Phoenix statue. And now drop to your next puzzle room. There is a picture behind you that shows 4 symbols. These 4 symbols are doors that are open. If you make false moves, the first and second door will do 40 damage, but the third and fourth will insta-kill you, like I shown at the start. And if you get confused at the last door, remember the straight line at the bottom of the eye appears on the left side for the open door. And now you can make your way down. And then you'll be put into a maze. Go left and up this parkour, and then you can find yourself an SMG. To the right in the middle, there'll be the Uzis. And then to advance, shoot this blue button around here, and then you will drop down to your second boss, the Vizier. For this room, you don't need to eliminate the ads, you just need to eliminate the boss. You can also shoot the boss from up here to prevent being hurt. When the Vizier reaches half HP, it'll be 2 times faster and have 2 times more attack speed. Defeating this boss will open the next door and drop an item, but this time, if you drop anything above a relic, it will not drop an item to you. And now you can make your way up this parkour. If you are in need of health, there are 2 crumb pots. Both of these crumb pots give you 30 HP. On the left side of this hall, there'll be another set of Uzis. And now to your next obstacle, red light, green light. Literally like the game, if you are caught jumping while the red light is active, you will be insta-killed. You can still WASD while the red light is active. Do be warned that there's still an edge of a death box here, so be careful when jumping. And this is the most efficient skip to do for red light, green light. Once you've done the parkour, you may go down this slide. Along the way you will find yourself a revolver, and if you need to slow down to try grab it, just press S. And at the bottom you'll be TP'd to your next challenge, the Boulder Run, or as what some people call it, the Indiana Jones. It takes 20 seconds before the chase actually starts. You must do this rock parkour to avoid the water and avoid taking damage. And if you step on any of these pressure plates, you'll be shot by arrows. In this little room to your right, there'll be an LMG, but if you lurk in the room for more than 4 seconds, you'll be insta-killed. Although a lot of people won't be slow enough that they actually die, as soon as this door closes, you will be eliminated if you're still behind it. And now for the final obstacle for the standard part of KHEPRI Raid, the sand run. Shoot the button to open the door and start the rising sand. Climb the tower of parkour with a race against time. If you fall into the sand whatsoever, you will be insta-killed. Basically all this parkour has to be done with strafe jumping. If you don't know what strafe jumping is, it's the movement of holding WD or WA, which gives you more movement speed than you naturally would holding one key while jumping. Especially with this part of the parkour, you definitely have to strafe. If you fall on this bit, you don't have to go back, you literally just need to jump crouch. Over this bit of quicksand to your left, you will find your AK. And if you go to the right, you will find your FAMAS. Make your way onto these planks, yet again doing strafe jump parkour. Across again, onto this plank, strafe jump to this plank. And again through this tunnel, and then you can just do normal jumping up on here, and then one last strafe to the end of the parkour. At the end, if you end up going AFK, the sand will not be able to reach you anywhere. It limits itself here. And just before you go into the portal to the boss room, there is a little trigger that gives you 50 HP as a bonus. And now through the portal to the final boss room, the Pharaoh. Mummies will also come out of the blue portals every 10 seconds. You must light all the 4 pedestals that have just gone out when you entered the room. To do so, go over this parkour and light your torch. There is also a skip to this. At the 2 different angles, you can do it at this angle at 140 speed, or at this angle at 160 to 170 speed. You only have 1 light for 1 pedestal. You have to keep going back and forth until all 4 are lit. To know when you're done lighting the pedestal, wait for the flame sound effect. You can now start attacking the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh's health scales on the amount of players that are in the lobby times by 5000 HP. Once the boss reaches half HP, all the fires will extinguish and you must do them once again. Want to know a couple of cheeses? You can get the Pharaoh stuck on a pedestal, and you can get him stuck on the bridge next to the portal. You can do this on either side. This is what it looks like from Noob's POV. Once you've defeated the Pharaoh, it'll drop an item, and the game will end on its own. And now for the secret boss Osiris. You must go through all of these checkpoints so you can go through the entrance. The main 2 that we really need to focus on though are these 2 right here. However, it's not at the end of the hallway anymore, it's right at the beginning. You must also get these 3 feathers to get the statue to unlock the room. Here's the location of the first one. You need to gain some speed to get across all the parkours. For the second feather in the Vizzy room, you must slide up this ramp and hit this red button, which is nicely hidden. And when you go up to your left, the secret door will be unlocked for your feather. And to get the final feather, you must get on this secret platform. To help you get up there, there's indicators on the ceiling. And then jump onto this secret rope, which you must climb up. Then once you reach the top, just jump across to your feather on this platform. Be careful when climbing, because if you go too far right, you will die to the death box. And at the end of the Boulder Run, you will find your golden phoenix statue. And then go backwards to find the secret passage to go through the portal. As I was saying earlier, failure to hit the checkpoint at the Vizier Maze by falling, or not reaching the checkpoint at the hallway here, will result in you getting denied into the entrance. And now for the Osiris parkour. Open the door and to your right there'll be a semi-auto. For the parkour, the blocks disappear one after another, and it is easier to do this parkour one player at a time. When you're after the first man, you have to do this 200 speed jump across to respawn the block. And if you find yourself stuck with another person and want to do the parkour on your own, there's 3 different ways you can respawn the block yourself. This is the first one, the second one, and the third way. And just like the sand run parkour, it is way easier to do all this course by strafe jumping. In this part of the parkour, you must only do while slide hopping. I found it easiest to WA slide hop across. You can do it normal slide hopping, but if you do it from all the way at the back, you'll just fall off when you try to reach it. So if you're doing a normal slide up, just give yourself a bit of distance before you actually do it. And then a little bit from here is just fairly straightforward. And for the bounce pad, you cannot W key jump to this. And for this elevator-like parkour, I find the smoothest experience to just A and D jump between them. It will only be an obstacle if you are not part of the first 4 players, which I bring you to the head hitters. I find it easiest to W jump crouch onto this left block and then WD jump across. You can also do this the normal way. If you are the 5th man and get stuck here, I like to activate this block underneath here to act like a failsafe, so even if I jump up here and hit my head still, while I'm still holding W, I've still got this block here to use. This is so then I don't die, and then I can try again. Oh, failed. Try again. And then you eventually succeed. When you reach the top, there'll be a FAMAS to your left, and then to be able to do this parkour, you need to hit at least 140 speed to get into the Osiris Boss room. The first stage, the mini Osiris, you need to gain a little bit of speed before slide hopping onto the magma platforms. You must take out both flames while inflicting a little bit of damage, and once you've done that, you can start hurting the Osiris Boss. This mini Osiris, however, has 2500 HP times by the amount of players that are in the lobby. To bait this boss, you just need to hold S while rotating your mouse so you don't fall off. You can also do a knife bait. I'm holding A while tapping S occasionally. Once this one is defeated, the big one will spawn. This one has 5000 HP times by the amount of players. You cannot do this boss solo. You and a teammate must both get on the platforms that appeared either side of Osiris at the same time. To get to the platform, you can slide from first to second and then to the big platform, or you can strafe jump between the platforms. However, if you go a bit too far left, you will fall, and then the flames will once again reappear. You must take out these flames and then you can start doing damage to Big Osiris. The abilities that Big Osiris have are left swing, right swing, and mummy spawns. It will spawn 4 mummies during this ability, and it will be 2 per portal. Once Osiris has got to half HP, you have to do the fires once again, and the abilities will be 2 times faster. Once you kill Osiris, it will drop an item, and then it will spawn a stairway where you can go to the double doors to the end of the raid. Yet again, all this KR you cannot get. and you can either end this way by touching the Phoenix statue, or you can jump off the bridge at the Osiris Boss. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm sorry it took so long to be released, but if you do have any questions, please do let me know in the comments and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. But that's it from me. Have a great day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is you're watching from, and peace out.